Welcome back, everybody. Sheepdog Smokey here. It is another day, and I'm finding things that I've heard rumors of, but I never thought I'd have actually show up in, news stories or my video feed. And here I am seeing this one is painful for me to talk about because I have worked as a first responder. I was a firefighter for several years. I learned I'm not the right person to be law enforcement or even just detention. So I moved to the fire service. Tried EMS, but it's just not me. I'm a fireman. But the one thing that the majority of first responders and care workers have in common is a deep-seated desire to help. Whether it's a police officer breaking up a fight, or stopping domestic violence, or stopping a drunk driver so they don't hurt someone, or any number of the hundreds of things they face every day. Whether it's a firefighter putting out a fire, or going to a school and teaching children about fire safety. Whether it's an EMT helping at a free clinic or rendering aid on the side of the road, a nurse, candy striper, doctor, seeing and treating patients. They have a deep-seated desire to help people. The problem is that the people higher up the chain often don't. They have a desire to not spend money. I saw it when I worked as a sheriff's detention officer. I saw it in the fire department, and I have seen my friends complain about it in other industries, some of them in medical, some of them in fire, some of them in law enforcement. I do understand that to stay open as a hospital, because we're going to be looking at, that's what we're talking about right now, you have to have enough money to keep the beds clean, which means linens and paper and PPE. Well, you have to have enough money to pay for the lights and the water and the gas and everything else. You have to have all these things that cost money. But when I see a video of a nurse actually saying that when she advocates for one of her patients, they pull her from that patient and reassign her to another unit. When I see a video where a nurse is saying that the advocacy groups don't care, it hurts. I had times when I was a firefighter where I would hear about certain calls, or we would have topics brought up every spring, in the mid-spring, when it just barely starts to warm up, really warm up here in Texas. The chief would talk for 3, 4, 5 weeks at every meeting we had to be aware of people in cars that aren't running. Specifically children, but adults as well, and to almost the same degree as children, the elderly, because I never really thought about it, but I've known my whole life that, an hour in the Texas sun in summer can turn a car into an oven. I mean, you would think on a 90-degree day, the temperature inside something wouldn't reach more than maybe 105. Wrong. Because the glass, the metal, it acts as conductors of the heat, insulators of the heat. You can reach dangerous temperatures very, very fast. When you overheat, you pass out. When you pass out, you're gone. I have seen people smashing windows. And I will never get mad at someone for doing it. For an animal, for a child, for a teen, an adult, or a member of the elderly generation. I don't care. I have watched as nurses break down, doctors break down because they could not save someone. I have the highest respect for the people working directly with the patients and the people who need help. Right now, especially, should be a time when advocacy groups and executives and bean counters are told, get out of the way and let the people actually in there with patients, seeing them every day, make the call. I've ranted many times about idiot politicians screaming at people on social media, don't take hydroxychloroquine, it's not proven. The president wants you dead. When medical doctors who are seeing patients and treating them daily say it is providing good results. Currently, remdesivir is supposedly doing the same. But it's all politics for the talking heads. The Democrats want power. The vast majority of people in the mainstream media are beholden to the Democrats, so they want the Democrats to get power. So they lie and spin and lie and spin and over again every day, hoping for a higher and higher death toll, so that come November they can scream from the mountaintops, see, President Trump doesn't care about you. He told you to take dangerous drugs. We saved your lives because we told you not to take them. And they lie and spin more and more. I don't want a politician, unless they are an MD, such as Dr. Ben Carson, a neurosurgeon. You don't get the title MD, let alone neurosurgeon, without being incredibly intelligent, incredibly smart as well. Those are two different things. And knowing what you're talking about. He also grew up in a very underprivileged state, rose to where he did, and now is advocating at HUD, Housing and Urban Development. And people get mad because he's conservative. If Dr. Ben Carson said hydroxychloroquine has not been properly vetted and proven, I wouldn't complain. But when Mad Maxine does, and then we get videos like this, I'm not going to put it in because it is almost 30 minutes long. I'll link to it. But we get videos like this with a nurse confirming that she's been removed from patients. Just a little bit I've watched suggests multiple times, reassigned to different units. When she starts advocating for the patient, that tells me that powerful people who want more power are actively working to increase the death toll. Birx herself actually stated that any death where the decedent has any sign of COVID-19 in their system is recorded as dying from COVID-19. Pardon me. I've said before, I am a carrier. Now, I'll qualify that. I am possibly or likely a carrier for tuberculosis. I worked as a jailer for a full year. And I'll tell you, even when there's not flu season, nothing going around, and everybody everywhere is just healthy as a horse, jails are like daycare centers. They breed colds and crap. People there, the majority of the inmates are smokers. And smokers get sick. Trust me, I know. I've been one for 24 years. Close to quitting, but I'm not there yet. But I had a chest cold. And being that I was a jailer, I could go to my local county hospital for free and be treated there, or at least examined. The doctor was there, and of course, being a jailer, they ran a battery of tests on me. And he saw what he thought was a positive response for tuberculosis. So he ran the test again, and he got a negative. So they scheduled me for chest x-rays, and I'm I don't have tuberculosis. Thank God I didn't have it. But he said, you know what? You're likely to be a carrier. We can't really confirm it right now. I've spoken to other doctors who said, yeah, the skin test is the first. They should have done a lot more. He said, I've told him. They did chest x-rays. It's now 23 years in the past, 22 years in the past. Never shown a symptom, so I'm fine. I just tell them if I get a chest cold that I did work in jail, and the doctors couldn't confirm I wasn't infected. And then I let the doctor I'm seeing then handle it. But this situation would be, I die from, I don't know, dehydration. It's not a word people like to use, but diarrhea. Diarrhea kills people every year. You will dehydrate fast. If you get diarrhea, you need to just drink water like a fish. You need electrolytes, you need salts and sugars and water. You have to rehydrate fast and constantly because you will dehydrate. But imagine a death certificate for me where the doctor says he died of dehydration brought on by diarrhea. And some government idiot who hasn't seen a patient in years says, nope, he died from tuberculosis because he has a positive result. We've seen reports, or I've seen them recently, where doctors admit they're being pressured to put COVID-19 on death certificates. If that doesn't tell you that powerful morons who should never have power want a high death toll to use against people in the general election in November, if that doesn't open your eyes to that simple fact, nothing will. We have powerful people in Congress and in the news saying that we must move to mail-in ballots only, no other way. But it's still safe to go to the grocery store. It's still safe to go to Walmart. It's still safe to go pick up food at a restaurant. I've picked up food a couple of times for my parents in this mess. Why is that safe, but going to somewhere to vote where they can say, we're going to have you stand 6 feet apart, we're not going to have more than 4 people in the room voting at a time, on and on. Why are the rules on their so-called social distancing not good enough for voting, but they're good enough for a grocery store? The plain and simple answer is, not only do they want a high death toll, they want an easy way to cheat in November. And the people complaining are getting the same treatment as this nurse. They're being pulled off of their news stories. They're being pulled off of committees. They're being silenced. Just like this nurse, when she advocates for her patient, she's being silenced by being taken off that patient and by being transferred. The video itself, I do have a copy downloaded, and I probably will end up uploading it somewhere because it's already been taken down by Facebook. I'm surprised YouTube hasn't followed suit. We are living in a dangerous period right now. Powerful morons who have a lot of money have decided they should rule the world. And they've decided that they don't care how many people have to die so they can use them to gain power. And that alone should have them out of office and in jail. I don't know what else I can say. I've talked long enough. I'm getting upset. I don't want to be stressed out when I try to go to sleep in a little while. So let me know what you think. But as always, be civil. We're not here to scream and yell and argue like toddlers. We're here to discuss, dissent, and debate like logical civil adults. And we can do that. It's only the morons in Congress and the media that can't. Please also remember to like and share the video to spread this story and to widen the conversation and grow the channel. Still doing the giveaway, so you'll want to be subscribed and have notifications on so that you know when all new content posts. Until next time, everyone, have a wonderful day.